Well, good morning, friends. It is Tuesday, so it's Tuesday Tip Day. And my tips are just lately have been about scrap cards. So, do you throw your scraps away, those little bits and pieces? Or do you save them thinking, well, I'll use them later? Yeah, I got lots of scraps here. And I thought I would just show you some ways to use your scraps, your pieces. Because we all generally have a lot of those. Some people don't ever throw paper away. I'm about ready to throw that pack away because I've made a lot out of it, but I'm just having a hard time getting rid of it. So anyway, I hope some people are able to join us today. I'm still using the Peace on Earth, Peaceful Moments DSP because that's currently just stuff I'm trying to get rid of. But yeah, I've got so much. So I'm going to flip the camera down. New catalog day. It is new catalog day. So I'm pretty excited about that. This debuts today, and there's a new product of the month. And I can actually open this catalog now. Oh my gosh. I placed another order last night, or actually early this morning, so I could get that free product. I like Memories and More. I haven't ordered this yet. These are like 3x4 and 4x6 panels you can use for scrapbooks or card making. I do have this on my order. So there's just lots of good things in here. I do have this stamp set. Yeah. This is on my wish list. I need to order this because I don't have anything new for baby stuff. There's so much good stuff in there. So, but let's get started. I have got 8 pieces that are 1 1/4 by 1 1/4. Okay, got 8 of those. My base is 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. The layer, this is a Misty Moonlight. This is night, or no, this looks like Secret Sea. This is 4 by 5 1/4. And I've got all these pieces. Normally I do this as a reel, but I thought I would just come on this morning since I do have a little bit of time today. This piece is 2 2.5 by 2.5, and this white piece is 2 3/8 by 2 3/8. I got something on there that fits in the center. Easy peasy lemon squeezy, right? So I am just going to glue these pieces on, and I'm doing them around so I leave the center for that square. And maybe we'll start with this piece. I like liquid glue because it gives you a little bit of wiggle room. Okay. And I think I'm going to put this one in the corner. If I do the corner, then it helps me center the middle a little better, so I'm not so cattywampus. So hopefully somebody will join me today. I know it's early, though. It is early. So there's that. See how that kind of fits right in there, and I can get it kind of even with both pieces. And put this one down in the other corner. This piece. Like that. Okay. And let's put this piece. Oh, phooey. I didn't want to do that. Oh well. That's how it is. Put that down there with a tiny 1/16 of an inch. Let's put, what's on this side? Oh, we'll do this. We'll do this. I think I'm missing a piece somewhere. Am I missing a piece? Highly possible. Highly possible. Oh, no, I'm not. No, I'm not. We will right here. See, that's why I like to put the ends in. That way these pieces that go in between, that's my tip for the day. If you do the corners, then the pieces in the middle will fit better. And my suggestion is always to emboss. That one must just be a little bit smaller. I always say emboss, 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 emboss. So I did do some die cutting beforehand, so let me get those out of the way. I did some of the leaves. The stamp set for this suite is gone, but the dies, y'all, these are awesome. These are like starbursts. I think these are like envelopes that they can carry in their mouths, the dove branch. So just the dies, they're $21.60 on Last Chance. These dies are from the Label Me Grateful, which is also on Last Chance. Everything is going away. I just flop these on my table to get them out. Sometimes they will, but it just depends on how they are. Sometimes they will flop out. Sometimes they'll be stubborn and not want to budge. So we got that. We want to emboss this. So I'm going to put these dies in the box so that, oops, there goes my ribbon, so I don't lose this. These dies, I think these are great. These are definitely standalone dies, and they are $21.60. The stamp set's still available. It's $18, so the bundle, if you buy them separately, you'll spend $39.60 as opposed to the $56.50. So pick up my ribbon, and we're going to emboss. I like 3D embossing folders, so they just seem to give a really great impression. So I'm going to emboss this big guy. And I need my base, and I need my, wherever they went, where did my plates go? There they are. Now this is your basic embossing plate, but if you have a very thin embossing folder, I use this silicone mat. I got it a long time ago. It's an old Stampin' Up! Product, and I use that if I need an extra layer, which could just be cardstock. You could add a couple sheets of cardstock in if it's just not doing anything, if it just slides right through, because it's not embossing. It's just because you have a really thin embossing folder and you just need some more thickness. So add some cardstock, whatever you might need. Okay, we'll move this out of the way, and we'll take a look. Ooh, that's pretty. Can you see that? That's pretty. I like that. That is pretty. Oh, there's a straggler. We better put that one away too. Don't want to lose it. Okay, so we got that. And we can put that on here like this with some liquid glue. I love embossing, and I probably emboss 75% of the time my top layers. Just gives some added interest. So I do like that. Like that. And I think I'm going to pop this up on dimensionals, but I need to stamp this. And I'm going to use the Sharing Loving Crafting stamp set, which is in the annual catalog. I like this, just to brighten your day and happiness inside. Okay, I love these. And I'm using Misty Moonlight. And I've got another card to show you also. We'll do same paper, but new measurements. Happiness inside. Hopefully I'm straight. Hopefully I'm straight. Hey, that looks pretty good. I've been batting 1,000 lately with getting things straight. Oh my gosh. Okay, so that one's done. I bought a Silly Jokes for Kids book, and I'm not sure how that's going to go, but what is the craziest, wackiest, most bizarre fruit? A coconut. Coco Loco? I don't know. Yeah, that's in that book. Yeah, I know it's painful, right? So I'm going to put some of the greenery on, but I'm going to glue this on and put this on dimensionals like this. Well, that isn't very straight, is it? But that's okay. That's crooked. That's okay. I'll just say I did that intentionally. That's going to go right here. I bet you noticed it, but I didn't. Yes, I go through a lot of dimensionals. I don't have any fingernails now. I broke my thumbnail and on my right hand, so it makes everything a little hard. So we're going to put this right in the center here, in this spot. And I am going to, do I have my blending brush in here? My dark blue. That's light blue, but that's okay. That'll work. I just want to add some color to this. I'm just using residual ink on here. And we will put that like that maybe. Maybe we'll get this a little darker. A little darker. That might work. Yeah. And then I'll use a little bit of glue on here. I must be on too early for folks. It's an early morning. Well, it's not that early, I guess. For some it is, though. There's that. And I'm going to use these because these are going away. I need to use them up. I really like these because these can pretty much go with anything. It will pick up all the colors. And a little one. There's that. So the front is done. You could do a cluster of stuff too that would add even more, you know, add some more greenery, add another leaf, that kind of thing on there. Or they also have a flower in this die set. I'm going to put this over here, set this aside, and I'm doing happiness in, oh no, that's what I used on that side. I don't want that. I want, anybody ever stamped from what was on the outside also on the inside? I just found a card that I did. Yeah, it says the same thing on the front and on the inside. It's like, oh man, that was pretty clever, wasn't it? Now I need to just get a white piece of paper and cover it up with something else. So this is just to brighten your day. This is just a 4 by 5 1/4 piece. Still using the Misty Moonlight. I also have, I don't know if you keep this, but I keep all these pieces of paper, right? All this die cutting stuff that I put, or I die cut out of the bundle. And, oh, hey, there's, I could use that. I could totally use that. That's the die out of this set. So I'm going to put that on the front because it doesn't have any greenery stamps in the stamp set that this is in. Our snow is almost gone. That's just really kind of disappointing. January's supposed to have snow where we live. Like that. Just adding a little bit of blue to the edges. Not a lot. Now I'll add some liquid glue. And this card, oh, wait, I know I forgot something else. I was going to put some ribbon on there, so I need to do that. There's that. Don't touch it. Let's see if I can keep my fingers from getting all sticky. Let's make this even. Is it even? Now it's even. Okay, so there's that. And ribbon. This came in the suite. I don't know what the price is on this. I know it's probably last chance. Need my ribbon scissors. So it's like I have two of these scissors, and I got this. I went on a Patty Bennett cruise a couple of years ago, and this was one of the swag gifts we got. They gave us gifts every day, a little gift every day, and this is for my ribbon scissors. So I keep them separate. And it keeps them sharp because I don't use them for paper. I do bunny ears for my bows. I do 2 loops and then wrap one around the other and through the hole. That's how I do my bows. That's too big. This is big ribbon too, so I mean it's thicker. It's probably 1/2 inch maybe. And I want to put that right there. And I will trim it off. This ribbon is really pretty. And it's almost gone, so I've used it. I have so many ribbons that I have a huge amount of. Maybe I'll do it this way. No. It needs to go this way. It needs to go this way. So we will cut that off. And we will cut that off. Now for a scrap card, I think that's pretty nice. That turned out pretty nice. What do you think? If you're watching, I'd love to know where you're from. I'm in Springfield, Ohio, but I'm originally from Alaska. Lived there the first 25 years of my life and then moved to Ohio. I know I don't understand it either. Well, actually, my husband's family lived here. So this card is a 4 1/4 by 11 piece of the, I can't tell if that's Secret Sea or Night of Navy. I think it's Secret Sea. And then this layer's 4 by 5 1/4. And then I need 2 pieces that are 3 3/4 by 1 1/8. And then 2 that are 2 5/8 by 1 1/4. And these are just actually the same thing. Is this the same thing? Nope, this one's different pieces. And then you need a white piece that is 2 3/8 by 1 3/8. So I'm going to move this out of the side. That's just extra. Extra, extra. I have seen, Heidi Collins is probably one of the first ones I saw with this. So you want to, I believe you want to, I think you want to leave these small little borders like this. Like this. Everything will fit perfectly. Perfectly. So there's my little note. Hopefully you can see it. There's so many ways to do scrap cards. I really like the quilt method. I think I did one like that before. I'm going to put this one over on this side. That's pretty too. Do I like this better? Now, see, I'm thinking. I am thinking. I think I'm going to do this one because I have to use that piece. So I've got to use this to tie in with that crumb cake or whatever that is. So do you have snow where you are? I do miss that for wintertime. And I don't mind the cold. Sure, I get cold. I do get cold, but I wear layers because I grew up in Alaska and you wear layers. Okay, so this goes like this. And this one goes like this. I know, and most people around here, if I share my happy dance when we get snow, I get a lot of haters. Only in love. I know that they're just friends, but they really don't like snow. Okay, so we got that. Let's put that over there. I'm going to glue this. Ooh, but of course we need to emboss it, don't we? We need to emboss it, but maybe I'll use a different embossing folder. I have got a pile of stuff, y'all. I'm going to use the dots because they really pop everything up. Let's cover this up. Got some more greenery over here. We'll put that aside because I cut extra. Let's move everything out of the way. Bring the big boss out. And my tray. And we'll emboss this before we put the white piece on. Like that. This is a thick embossing folder, so I don't need my thin adapter piece. I really like this die cutting machine. As soon as the new one came out, I did buy it. I did have an old Sizzix die cutting machine, but it had like different flaps for plates, which I don't like. You always had to flip the long flap over, which I still have it because it still works. I just don't care for it as much. But if this one broke for some reason, I would use that one. I have friends that have gone to the electric die cutting machines, because they have, bad hand issues, wrists, or what you may have that cause you to, it's just too hard to use a manual machine. But I don't need to go there yet. So there's that. I really like that. That looks nice. And then this will be my happiness enclosed. I'm using the same stamps, making it simple, but finishing cards. That's the important thing, because I'm going to show you what I did last night while I was on a Zoom. What I did. Okay, let's see if we can get this straighter than we had it before without showing my head in there. Does have two sides. Hey, that one went better. That went better. Let me clean this off. Okay, that one's done, and I am going to, yeah, this is supposed to be light. My dark, I'm having a card party tonight, so I've got all my a dozen cards out in the other room and all my stamp sets, so yeah. So I always have to put everything back. I like this sentiment so well. So well. Let me cover that because it screams, put your finger in me, please. Okay, so this will go like this. Oops. 1, 2, 3, and 4. I can't say that I'm a big hog on using dimensionals, but I do want them to make sure the card gets through the mail well. And do you just make cards or do you actually mail them? That's the challenge this year, is to send the cards that I make, which I do generally. I mail quite a few. Okay, so we got these leaves, got 3 more leaves. I wonder what kind of leaves. Nope, not that one. In this bag, in my parts bag for this bundle, the Peace on Earth bundle, I've just got all these pieces. So I've got a dove that we could use. Maybe we'll use a dove. We got one of those. So I've got that in silver and gold, all those leaves. in multiple things. Maybe I'll put a silver one in there instead. And I can put these in the bag for that stamp set bundle. Let's move these aside. And we will add some ink to its wings just to give it a little dimension. Okay, like that. And then I have a black Stampin' Right marker and this Timid Tiger, which will work for orange. And we will put an eye in there, an eye, and then a little dot for its beak. Okay. So there's that. Do we want that to go across like that? Like this, I think. Yeah. Just put in the middle. I think we'll just put a few glue dots in the middle. This is on the fly. Okay. Whoops. Get that out of there. That's too much. Okay, let's see how this goes. I hope that goes well. This I can put dimensionals on. And I just want to show you when I'm done what I was doing while I was on a Zoom last night. I want that like that. Like that. That's good. And my embellishments. I really like these. These will just take off any color that you want with whatever they're on. There's that. And then my sending, or just to brighten your day. That's what this is. Just to brighten your day. Okay. And we will do this. Like this. This must be 3 3/4 by 5. That is what this is. And I think I'm going to put some blue on this, and I'll put that on the inside. We need to have something on the inside, right? Yeah, put that right here. That will work. This bottle is just about empty. There. So that was easy peasy. So we got 2 more scrap cards today. 2 more ideas for you to put in your arsenal for those scraps that you have. I really like these. Now, what was I doing while I was on a Zoom? I was just sitting there listening. I mean, it's sometimes when you're on a Zoom, you know, when you have a lot of people, it's very hard to get a word in edgewise, and you got to raise your hand, and then hopefully they call on you, and it's like, oh, this is too much effort. So I was listening to them, but then I had all these scraps, right? And so I just cut 4 by 5 1/4 pieces, and with very little cutting, I just cut. These were, I didn't cut the width, I just cut the length to 5 inches. This one will have to go like that. This one has strips. So now I have all these card fronts that I need to emboss. That's going to go like that. Probably something will go along right there. Scraps. Like I need more cards. Well, hey, Lisa. Yeah, I'm ending. I'm just finishing up. I was just showing everybody what I was doing in my BTC group last night on the Zoom. I was getting rid of some scraps. And yes, I still did throw away a bunch of scraps, but yeah, I was over it. I was completely done and over it. So now I got to make these. So anyway, these are the measurements for the 2 scrap cards with the pieces. So if you wanted to take a screenshot, you've got 2 cards. This one was for the one that I just made. This measurement goes with this card. And that measurement goes with that card. So that's how those worked. So anyway, I'll see y'all on Thursday night. And have a good day. I'm getting ready for a card party. So thanks for stopping in. If you're watching on replay, thanks for watching replay. And if you need a catalog, let me know, because I'd be happy to mail you a new mini catalog that starts today. So let's see. Yeah, it's like I'm just working on finishing stuff up. So anyway, you guys have a great rest of your day, and I'll see y'all later. Bye.